Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. There's a very big welcome to my brand new second channel, Empower Beatbox. Very different to what I was doing over on my other channel. Beatboxing is something I've gotten very into lately. I'm starting to have a big interest in it. I've been trying to, gain some knowledge on some of the different beatboxers in the scene. And more recently, I've tried to start learning myself and pick up some knowledge on some sounds. Now, I'm by no means good at beatboxing at all yet. I'm still basically a complete beginner. I've only really been learning myself in the last few weeks. I was watching it well before that, for the last few months or whatever, but I hadn't really properly started to dig into it and try to start it myself until a few weeks ago. But I've been trying out a lot of different sounds, trying to make some progress with them and stuff like that. I've got a sound today that I've been working on for the last week or so. So the sound I'm focusing on today is going to be the KCH snare. I think sometimes it's also known as a clap as well, so you may have heard it called that. But I'm going to insert it how it should sound right now. Now, I'm not sure about too much of the history of the sound or anything like that. I know of some beatboxers who use it, most notably probably Helium, Darney, and I'm sure there's plenty of others, but Helium was where I first heard it. And that was the tutorial that I first checked out from him. And I'm going to put a link for that in the description. Now, in Helium's tutorial, he kind of talks a lot about how you need to get this kind of, I think he called it a crunching or grinding sort of sound before you can make the actual sound. Because you have to try and develop the crunching sound into the KCH snare that we want to get to. So that first sound that he talks about needing to get before you can do the actual KCH snare goes a little something like this. So it looks and sounds a bit crazy having to try do that to get the proper sound after. But it really did help me to pinpoint where I need to get it. So if you know how to do an inward K snare, the position is kind of something similar to that. And once I realized that, that was kind of when I started to make some progress. That took me a day or two even to realize where exactly I needed to do the first sound in order to try and get the KCH snare. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth into how to actually make this sound and different positionings you need and stuff like that, because this isn't a tutorial. I definitely don't feel like I'm at the stage yet to give a tutorial on this or most other sounds, to be honest anyway. This is literally just about the progress I've made. So yeah, once I kind of got the position and stuff down, then it was a very airy sounding KCH snare that I was doing, so it was kind of something like and obviously that was nowhere near the level of sound that we needed just yet, but we were at least on the right track. So now it was kind of time to try and get some power into that and get some cleanliness from the sound. Now, in future versions of these like 1 week practice in the sound videos, I'm going to be recording them throughout the whole week so that you can see a complete direct progress report on how I've gotten on basically. But because I only thought about this idea a couple of days ago, I can't show you that, but I can demonstrate to you how I sounded at the start and where I've come to now. So after a couple of more days of practicing, probably around day 4 or that, I was kind of getting it where the odd time it would sound relatively okay, where I try and do the snare. It's still very inconsistent and everything. That's one of the main problems I'm having with it. And I think power has come a bit more easily to me for the sound, more so than cleanliness from the sound. So that's definitely still something I have to work on. Yeah, around day 4, I probably started to sound something like, which I was pretty happy with because, Helium was saying that it kind of takes probably around 2 weeks or so, I think, to, really get this sound down well enough anyway. You're not going to say mastery level because obviously that can take a very long time, but, to get it to a decent level where maybe you're comfortable enough with using it in beats and it sounds good enough to put in your beats and stuff like that. So then I really worked hard at it over the last couple of days, especially these last 3 days between day 4 and day 7. I really put in some effort. And I was really trying to get this snare down, and I'm sure I was annoying people everywhere I went because I was doing nothing but this sound basically. Now I'm still not completely happy with where it is now. I am pretty happy though with where it is after only 1 week. Maybe after a month or so this will really kind of start to get that clean punchy sound with that I'm going after. But that's where I did start to run into some problems, trying to put it in beats and beats that I was used to doing with different sounds, the normal outward K snare. That's what I was trying to replace with this new KCH snare. So a lot of times I'd still be trying to use the outward K when I was meaning to use the new one, but my muscle memory just had it in such a way that that wasn't happening. So it was very inconsistent, and sometimes it wasn't coming out at all. Or I feel like now after the full week, like that I've gotten to a decent enough stage that muscle memory has started to kick in that little bit more, and I can start to use it in some more basic beats and stuff. But before I show you in a beat, I'll show you now what it sounds like after 7 days of practicing. And here's what it currently sounds like in a basic enough beat. So there it is, guys, there's my KCH snare. I definitely need to try and get it that little bit cleaner and sharper. I can definitely still hear some spit and stuff in there myself, it just doesn't sound the cleanest yet. But that's my progress after 7 days, and overall I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with how it went. If you're trying to learn this sound yourself, definitely check out Helium's tutorial, and whoever else has got any tutorials going out there. I found that to be one of the most helpful things for me trying to learn any of these beatboxing sounds, is by checking out loads of different beatboxers tutorials on them, so that you know you're getting a different perspective every single time, and maybe you're getting a little bit more detail from a certain person, or you know, just a certain bit of information that you needed to help you get the sound. And that's it for this one, guys. So if you did like the video, please like, comment and subscribe. And tell me what you want to see in the next one, what sounds you'd like to see, or if you think I could do these a bit differently, do them better in any way or whatever. I'm very interested in some feedback on this type of video, as it's, you know, completely new to me. But that's it for this one, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to keep practicing this sound, and I'm going to catch us all again in the next one. Bye, guys.